Why is it so difficult for Cardiff City to appoint a flipping manager? Yes, guys, I'm Si. This is Cardiff City World. Now, strap in, because I wouldn't take anything which I say in the next 12 or so minutes particularly serious. It's been a long few weeks. It's been mentally draining, and it's been an absolute shit show. So we're gonna have a bit of fun with it. So again, do not take it all so seriously, because if you can't laugh, then you'll probably cry. So strap in, because today we are diving into one of the most confusing, chaotic, and downright bizarre managerial searches in recent football history. That's right, Cardiff City are searching still for a new manager. A journey filled with twists and turns, and a whole lot of what the fuck are you doing? From trying to poach Nathan Jones from Charlton, to the shambolic Boardroom, to the baffling disrespect of a club legend, Aaron Ramsey. Oh, and don't forget, the infamous subcommittee. Let's break it all down with a bit of fun, maybe some stats, some quotes, and a heavy dose of sarcasm. It's going to be a hell of a ride. So let's go. Nathan Jones. The one that got away. So, look, right. First things first. Cardiff City, for reasons that nobody can understand. Because if you listen to them, they offered the job to Aaron Ramsey 4 weeks ago. But we put all our eggs in a basket and we said, Nathan Jones, come to Cardiff City. We love you. Hometown hero. Let's go. But let's just say this was like asking your ex to come back and cook dinner for you, only for them to change their mind, marry someone else twice. The club was, it was a public and at times desperate attempt to get Nathan Jones out of Charlton. It could have been a romantic saga in a movie. But look, it did turn into a farce. Cardiff's charm offensive, led by the board, of course, Kenneth Joe, Paddy Du Bois, they did their best. It was interesting. It was mildly aggressive, I would say, but it was led by them, and they tried to get him out. They negotiated. They offered Charlton some bag of crisps and a pack of Smarties, and Charlton said, "I'm not hungry, thank you." But Nathan Jones said, "Tell you what, I've just doubled my wage by getting promoted. But you know what I'll do? I want a 5-year deal. A new spanking 5-year deal. That is a long-term commitment. That is longer than a lot of people's relationships. A 5-year deal. Can you imagine having a manager for like 5 months, let alone 5 years? Wow. That's a long-term commitment, as I say. And in the world of football management, it's basically saying you are my forever love, that forever tattoo on the chest. And just like that, the dream of Nathan Jones and Cardiff City is over. It is certainly over under Vincent Tan's ownership. Cardiff City 0, Charlton Athletic 1. But nobody seemed to be that upset, except, you know, the fans, the people who pay the wages, the people who keep the club functioning, who just bought 10,000 season tickets. We move on anyway. The boardroom battles, the boardroom disagreements. Let's talk about the Cardiff City board. You know, these fine folks who are doing a tremendous job of running this football club, a tremendous job of scouring the globe, looking for the right man to take over the football club. They are making the decisions that none of us are capable of doing, and that they certainly don't need anybody with football knowledge to make. They seem to have forgotten what unity means. This boardroom chaos, look, it wasn't public squabbles, because they don't communicate with the public. Far too good for that. It was like watching a group of people plan a birthday party, but then no one could actually agree where the birthday party was going to be, where the cake is, or even who's coming. It was a shit show, shall we say. The board has been all over the place. Some are bought back in one manager, some are back in another. It honestly feels like they're working against each other at certain points. It literally feels like they're all individually working on a different deal with different managers. One guy's emailing Nathan Jones, one guy is emailing Aaron Ramsey, another guy's texting Ever, and then Vincent Tan is just thinking, do you know what? I think we should bring back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. It is a problem. And meanwhile, the club's director of football operations... Damn. Don't have one of them. Sorry, bear with me a second. Meanwhile, the club's CEO is running the day-to-day football side of the football club, and he is doing a sterling job. He's scrolling through LinkedIn, and he's looking for another name with football experience, because it is what it is. We need a new manager, and these people are doing everything in their power to find a guy. It's a process, and if you don't work through the process, you'll never find out who the best person for the job is. If you're struggling to picture it, a comparison for you, it's like trying to get a family photo, everyone in the same shot, but they're never doing what you want. The kids are fighting, the dog's chewing the camera, someone's forgotten to put their pants on, and the cousins, well, depends where you're from. If you're from down west, the cousins are in the other room getting it on. They couldn't organise a piss up in a brewery, and let alone imagine a managerial search. Let's get it on. Let's talk Wasserman subcommittee. Now look, Wasserman, as a football agency, if you're not familiar with them, they are a big deal in football in the world of sport. They came in to be a massive help to Cardiff City in the managerial search. And that on paper is a phenomenal plan. But as it turns out, Wasserman might be like the rich uncle who always promises to help buy a car, but in the end, all he's offering is a sketchy deal, and he never shows up. At one point, Cardiff fans were sold on this idea that Wasserman had it all under control. The subcommittee, the subcommittee is such a special thing, you know. Mark Allen and this Wasserman and Gav Chesterfield's going to come in, and they are going to do all the heavy lifting. They're going to pass the shortlist on to the board. They're going to do the interviews. They're going to make their recommendations to the board, and this will be done by the end of May. Well, it's the 9th of fucking June. So who is doing the heavy lifting? More importantly, when will this farcical saga ever end? We've all got to ask, who's running this circus? Is it Wasserman? Is it the board? Is it Mark Allen? Where is Mark Allen, by the way? Anyone know? Is it Vincent Tan? Or is it the Ghost Council that makes the decisions based on vibes? The subcommittee was meant to provide a final approved list of candidates. They did this, but the one thing they didn't take into account is that we don't know anything about football at Cardiff City. We haven't got anyone who knows, well, not even an iota about football. And it looks like this might drag on forever and ever. It looks like it might be done tomorrow. Let's be positive. It's going to be done tomorrow. Everyone's going to be happy. And everyone's going to go, wow, that's why we had that wait. Because we've been waiting for the right guy. And this guy is the guy. And he definitely won't be a yes man. He definitely won't be happy with the status quo. Wouldn't it be nice if the subcommittee had just come out and said, we don't know what we're doing, but we will make it look like we do. Rumours gone wild, baby. Now, the one thing that this search for the manager has most definitely had is rumours going wild. We've had Ian Evatt done. Des Buckingham done. Nathan Jones on the brink of done. Aaron Ramsey done. And by now, like, the one thing that Cardiff City are very good at doing is creating confusion. Two names started to pop up previously, Ian Evatt and Des Buckingham. At one point, Cardiff fans were convinced the message boards, the social media, everything. The appointment was done. Done as in sure thing, done as in they'll be announced at the end of the week. Fast forward to the 9th of June and we still don't have a manager, and surprise, nothing happened. These two were floated around like a couple of balloons at a kid's party, and no one knew what was real, what was fake. It's any of our guesses what is going on. But what we did know was that every time one of these names hit the news, everybody was like, oh, thank fuck this is over. It's like waiting for a pizza, but a pizza never comes. You're always waiting another 30 minutes. Ian Everett still waiting for the phone call back. Des Buckingham, did he get told he was having it and then taken away? Because I don't know. It's weird. Who knows? It's all just a joke. The Aaron Ramsey fiasco. Aaron Ramsey tells Cardiff City he wants the job. Cardiff City tell Aaron Ramsey, we want you to be our manager. And they still can't get it over the line. Do they need help? Do they, if they have some performance issues, maybe I could get a sponsor with Blue Chew and we could help them out with that, because I don't know what they're playing at. Aaron Ramsey was willing to stop playing football to be the manager of Cardiff City. He was willing to sacrifice his World Cup dream to play, to manage Cardiff City, and they still couldn't get it done. Not only that, they then tried to flip it back on him. Cardiff City, throughout this process, have decided to just throw everything at the wrong people and the targets, and I do not know what they are doing. I do not think they know what they're doing. It is comical. And are we really saying that if Mehmet Dalman's not involved, this is what we get? Because I know everyone loves to blame Mehmet Dalman because he's the one who ends up speaking to the fans once in a year or something. But I'm not really sure what these jokers are doing. I really don't. It's like asking your parents, can I have an Xbox for Christmas and get a PlayStation? I don't know what these jokers are doing. Not even a PlayStation. It's more like a fucking Commodore 64. Cardiff City FC's board have really, really dropped the ball throughout this process. Nothing screams that more than what they did with Ramsey. I don't care what they try and brief the media. Absolutely appalling. He told him he wanted the job. They told him they wanted him, supposedly. So why was it not done? Because they didn't want to change the structure. Why didn't they change the structure? Because I'm a power-hungry motherfucker. Allegedly. Brian Barry Murphy, the one that got away. Or did he? Will he be announced tomorrow? Who knows? Let's talk about Brian Barry Murphy, who by all accounts impressed massively during his interview. The man was ready to step into the managerial role. Super exciting appointment, progressive. And the first thing I said when I was told that Brian Barry Murphy had impressed in his interview and was really in the frame is I said there's no way they'll appoint him because that's far too intelligent, that's far too outside the box, and it's far too exciting. At the moment, it looks like I've been proven right. Exactly that, mate. He left the interview room with this kind of vibe that you get when you know you've got that job. But what did Cardiff City do? Well, I can't tell you exactly what they did, but let's just say they dropped the ball again. Classic Cardiff City. This is like finding like the perfect candidate, then deciding to ghost him for no reason. But hey, what's more, Cardiff falling and flat on their face again in this process. What can we do? And I think if there's one thing that City fans can agree on, it's that this club has a knack for just making the worst decisions at every possible turn. Brian Barry Murphy was probably one who could have saved us from this endless managerial turmoil of loop and also been a bit of a long-term project. But of course, we'll never know because apparently, God knows, someone decided, nah, we're not going to give him a ring back. You ace your interview, but you still don't get a call back. You know there's an issue. No, it's not just as simple as a callback. There is stuff, but it is what it is. It's funny. Facing League One with no manager, no structure, no signings. Now, let's fast forward into reality. Cardiff City, the sleeping giant, heading into League One with absolutely nothing sorted. No manager, no football operations team, no structure, and oh yeah, no signings. And you know what? What's great is we've still sold 10,000 season tickets. So the fans, we're doing our part, but we're not quite sure what they're doing. Maybe they're on holiday. And all this is just paper talk. We're not even looking for a manager yet. We got to wait until the end of June when they all get back from their holidays. I know. The really funny part, or the fun part, is all this young talent we've got, the Dylan Lawlers, the Louis Giles, Joel Colwell, are probably already looking at the train schedules to get the hell out of Cardiff and go and play for literally anybody else who has a clue of what they're doing or a plan for the mid, short or long term. Maybe they'll go play in the Welsh League because they'll have a better understanding of how to run a football club. I mean, would you blame them? Really? Why the hell would anyone stick around for this circus other than the fans? Because we have to. Because we love it. We love the club. We're never going to leave it. But Jesus Christ, it is so dysfunctional. Cardiff is the equivalent of going on a date with someone and who's just still living with their parents, or going on a date with someone who's you find out a week later after you've got like that exciting, like, oh, she's the one. She's married, for fuck's sake. But there we go. Top it all off, we are probably going to see players move on. We're going to see all of our managerial targets move elsewhere. The cycle will continue. We will bring a yes man in. He will be sacked in 12 months. We will appoint an interim manager. And we will give him a long-term contract. And when it all inevitably crumbles, we'll still be here, watching in awe of how badly Cardiff City can fuck up another season. Cardiff City are preparing for next season in League One. Let's just hope like something works out. We can get someone in. Maybe we'll be the first team in history to just play without a manager. But here we are, right? Still managerless. We're still questioning every single decision that's made in a few months. And we're still wondering just how Cardiff City managed to make what should have been a simple job. Do some interviews, appoint the best man, we've made it the most complicated thing in the world. We will never get the right manager. Or will we? The search continues. Who knows? But there's one thing for sure, is, as ever, following Cardiff City is never boring. There is always something to talk about. I appreciate you guys. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. I thought I'd have a bit of fun with it. We'll have a proper news update and stuff tomorrow. I'm interviewing Cohen Griffith in the morning. If you've got any questions for him, you need to get him in tonight. Please do like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. The feedback over the last couple of weeks has been incredible. I appreciate it. If you can, do become a member either on the YouTube channel for Cardiff City World or patreon.com/acepodcastnation, because that's what allows us to create Cardiff City content 7 days a week. The more members we get, the more content we will bring you, to the point where we'll be giving you multiple shows per day. We'll build a studio. We'll do it all. We are here for the long run. We've built it to this, and we ain't stopping now. We are always fair in our criticisms. Is Cardiff City doomed? I don't know, mate. But what I do know is, either way, I'll be there. Keep the faith, my friends, and I will see you in the next one in a bit.